Danny from Enigma Rooms, and I'm here with you once again for another Friday night quiz. Ah! Yes, it's a Friday night quiz, but you don't have to play it on a Friday. You don't have to play it at night. You can play it Tuesday in the daytime if you want to. It's basically 50 quiz questions split across 5 rounds, and them rounds this week are knowledge and trivia, entertainment round. We've got a round called the famous Simpsons round. I'll explain that when we get to it. A round called monkeys and apes. Basically, all the answers and questions are based around monkeys and apes. And then they've got one that's called famous paintings round. And again, I'll explain that when I get to it. Now, last week, you guys told me that the quiz was a little bit too difficult. But listen, I hope you still had fun and it was a challenge. And listen, that's what quizzes are all about. Hopefully we learned some stuff from it. That's it. Although I agree, it was a bit of a challenge. Hopefully this week will be slightly easier, but I don't know, because we don't know who knows what. So let's just crack on with it. With our first round, knowledge and trivia. Just before I get onto that, let me reiterate. You get roughly around 10 seconds to answer each question. I'll do all 50 questions first, then I'll do the answers at the end. Are you ready? Okay, eyes down, looking for round 1. Yes, knowledge and trivia. Some people call it general knowledge, but we call it knowledge and trivia. Pens and paper, notepads, iPads, whatever you're writing it down to, shout at the screen. I'm not going to respond because I'm pre-recorded. Here we go. Question number 1. What are the 3 most common sports associated with a triathlon? What are the 3 most common sports associated with a triathlon? Question number 2. Which country would you find the Ipanema beach? Tall and tanned and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking on. When she passes each one she passes goes, oh! Which country would you find the Ipanema beach? Question number 3. In which sport would you associate the superstar, that is Kevin Keegan? Which sport would you associate with Kevin Keegan? Question number 4. Which UK city is Henderson's relish made? In which UK city is Henderson's relish made? Question number 5. In which US city would you find the Golden Gate Bridge? In which US city would you find the Golden Gate Bridge? Question number 6. Which prehistoric reptilian monster has been dubbed the King of Monsters? Change chairs, that's a squeaky chair. Which prehistoric reptilian monster has been dubbed the King of Monsters? Dun, dun, rah. Number 7. In which country did the first Starbucks open outside of North America? So in which country did the first Starbucks open outside of North America? Question number 8. Who was the artist famous for painting melting clocks? Who was the artist famous for painting melting clocks? Question 9. What two things do bees collect from flowers to make honey? There's half a point for each. What two things do bees collect from flowers to make honey? As always with them sort of questions, there's half a point for each, so there's two answers. You can only guess a maximum of two things. You can't just put a list of things and hope you're right. That is what we call, in the business, cheating. Number 10. What street did the Great Fire of London start on? What was the name of the street that the Great Fire of London started on? There we go. Moving on to our entertainment round. Now, as always, entertainment means things like TV shows, film, music, theatre, games, novels, basically anything I find it falls into the entertainment category. So let's have a go. Number 1, what was Mozart's first name? The composer known as Mozart, what was his first name? Question number 2. What musical features the song Getting to Know You, Getting to Know All About You? What musical features the song Getting to Know You? Number 3, the line to be or not to be is from which Shakespearean play? The line to be or not to be is from which Shakespearean play? Number 4, what was the first name of Tom Hanks's character in Castaway? What was the first name of Tom Hanks's character in Castaway? Number 5, which British band had songs such as Country House, Park Life and Song 2? Which British band had songs such as Country House, Park Life and Song 2? Question number 5 plus 1 equals 6. Captain Kirk mask was painted white and used as the original face covering for which horror villain? A Captain Kirk mask painted white was the original face covering for which horror villain? Question number 7. In the Rocky franchise, which opponent says the line, "If he dies, he dies"? In the Rocky franchise, which opponent said the line, "If he dies, he dies"? Question number 8. Who released the 1985 single When the Going Gets Tough? Who released the 1985 single When the Going Gets Tough? Number 9. Who plays Stephen Toast in Toast of London? Who plays Stephen Toast in Toast of London? And finally, number 10. I think I may have done this question before in a previous quiz. I use this question every now and then, so if it's not been in one of the quizzes yet, it might be in a future quiz from now on, but let's have a go. In the Clay stop animation series Morph, who was Morph's cream-coloured best friend? What was his name? In the Clay stop animation series Morph, what is Morph's cream-coloured best friend called? And there we go, moving on to famous Simpsons. Okay, so what's going to happen in this round is I'm going to show you a Simpsons character that is a character of a famous person, all right? All you got to do is tell me who that person is. Now, you don't necessarily have to be a fan of the Simpsons to get this, because you should be able to tell who they are by the image alone, all right? But let's have a go. Number one. Who, shall I tell you what they're famous for? No, you can get it from this one. You can get it from this one, can't you? Who's that? Number two, which famous singer is this? Number three, which famous singer is this? Number four, which famous singer is this? Number five is a band. Which famous band is that? Number six is an actor. Can you tell me which actor is this? Number seven, we go back to singer. Who's the singer? Number eight, we're back to actor again. Name the actor. Number nine, I'm not going to give you what they are. You could probably get it straight away, hopefully. And same for number 10, I'm not going to give you what they are as well. There we go, guys. Nice, quick, easy round for you. Hopefully a nice, quick, easy round. Oh, you agree? Yeah, fair enough. Either way, let me know how you did. Like I say, you shouldn't have to be a fan of The Simpsons to get that round. Just a fan of famous people. Right, moving on to monkeys and apes. Now, basically, all the questions in this round are based on monkeys and apes, and the answers probably are too. We've done previous rounds like this. I think we've done a dog round. We've definitely done a bear round. It's now on to monkeys and apes, all right? We should have done this first, because monkeys and apes are arguably the funniest animal in the world, right? Especially them little chimpanzee little guys. Anyway, moving on. Question number one for monkeys and apes. In the Jungle Book, what type of animal is King Louie? In the Jungle Book, what type of animal is King Louie? Now I'm the king of the swingers, I'm a jungle vet. Number two, what was the name of the 98 Disney film featuring a 15-foot mountain gorilla named Joe? What was the name of the 1998 Disney film featuring a 15-foot gorilla named Joe? Number three, who voiced an ape named Ape in George of the Jungle? Who voiced an ape named Ape in George of the Jungle? George of the Jungle, strong as he can be. Ha! Watch out for that tree. Number four, what is the name of the video game where players run and climb platforms, jumping over barrels to save a damsel in distress? What is the name of the... We know this one, don't we? Do I have to repeat it? What is the name of the video game where players run and climb up platforms, jumping over barrels to save a damsel in distress? I feel like even if you've never played in a video game in your life, you'll still know the answer to that one, surely. Number five, take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape. is a quote from which film? Now, we've definitely used that in a previous quiz, so hopefully you've learnt from it. And that was in the movie quotes round in one of the previous quizzes. Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape, is a quote from which film? Number 6, what was the name of Michael Jackson's pet chimpanzee? What was the name of Michael Jackson's pet chimpanzee? Has anyone seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too? The food takes over the jungle and all the animals become foods. And there's an ape made out of shrimps, and they call it a shrimpanzee. Sorry, I just said you didn't ask. I'm just telling you anyway. But you made me laugh. It's funny. Number 7. Abu is the loyal sidekick of which Disney character? Abu is the loyal sidekick of which Disney character? Abu. What was he from? What was that show from? Was it like The Price is Right, the American version with Steve Harvey? And there's a guy on there called Abu. And then the guy says, oh, I'll ask him his middle name. He says, all right, tell me your middle name. And he was called Abu. And then he said, who named you Abu? And he says, my father. And he points to the guy in the crowd and he goes, stand up. And he goes, what's your name? And he goes, Abu. It's funny. One of them pop culture YouTube clips that'll live forever in my head. Number 8, Every Which Way But Loose is a film starring an orangutan and which actor as the lead? Every Which Way But Loose is a film starring an orangutan and which famous actor as a lead? Or as the lead? Abu. Or is it Obu? Might be Obu. Obu. No, Abu. I don't know. Number 9. A chimpanzee named Ham was the first great ape to travel into space, but which year? Now, I will give 2 years either side leeway. 2 years either side leeway. A chimpanzee named Ham was the first great ape to travel into space, but which year? I tell you what, if you get the year bang on, 2 points. If you're 2 years either side, 1 point. Yeah, we'll go big up, but go home on this one. And number 10, what was the name of the band created by Damien Albarn and Jamie Hewlett? That's the full question. I asked that as if there was something else to say, but it wasn't. What was the name of the band created by Damien Albarn and Jamie Hewlett? Hewlett. And there you go, guys. That's your monkeys and apes round. Moving on to the final round now, which is famous paintings. Now, this might be a tricky round for most of us. It certainly would be for me if I was playing along. Now, the idea is I'm going to show you a picture of a famous painting, and all you got to do is tell me the name. Now, it's up to you how strict you are with yourself with the scoring of this, whether you get a couple of words right or there or thereabouts, and you want to give yourself a point. There's no prizes. That's fine by me. I think the whole point of this quiz for me is fun and learning, all right? That's what it is. I get to have fun, you get to have fun. It's a nice little routine on a Friday night or whenever you play, and we're going to learn something. So let's learn it together, I think. So number 1, I've gone for an easy one for number 1. Let's have a go at this. So you know this one. Everyone knows this one. What's the name of this portrait, okay? You know, whatever device you're following, you're watching on, if you move around your device, her eyes will follow you around the device. Sinatra sung a song about her. There's movies about her. There's pop culture references about her. Who is it? Number 2. Number 2. Now, what I will say with some of these guys is, if you're not sure of the answer, my advice would be to play catchphrase and say what you see. Number 3. Again, say what you see. It's a wearing a what? All famous paintings. I'm sure you'll know them all. Let's learn together. Number 4. I've done my best to crop out anything that might be deemed inappropriate, by the way. I'm fine with it. It's a painting, isn't it? But some people out there in the internet world. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And number 10. There we go, guys. That's your 10 famous portraits. Again, don't be too competitive. Don't. That's not what the quiz is about. It's fun and learning. Let's see if we can do it. Okay. So I'll go through the answers in just a second. I'm just going to go through a little thing that I've been through. So I'm filming this on Thursday. Last night I was at the Sheffield Lyceum Theatre and I was actually performing on stage. Only a little bit, only like a 3-minute song from the Book of Mormon with my friend Chris. Now it was for a very good charity. It's for a charity called Roundabout. Okay, and it's in Sheffield. And this charity, in fact, I'll put some information up there. This charity helps young people with home issues. Okay, so it might be that they're in a bad environment, or they've been kicked out, or they need shelter. They teach them sort of life skills and find them places to go and things like that. And it's a great cause. They raise like thousands and thousands of pounds every year, and it's an awesome thing. The organisers of the show last night was amazing. Like everything ran so smoothly, in my opinion. I don't know, from their point of view, maybe it didn't, but from what I saw, it definitely did. I showed up at, 4:20, get in, sign in, took me to my dressing room, put my bag down on the floor. Come on, you're on stage, straight onto microphones. Right, play the song. We did our sound check. Right, back to your dressing room. Someone come, knock. Aye, we need you back on for the show now. Amazing, honestly. There were a last backstage. I really wish I knew her name. I don't think she actually said her name, but she had a clipboard. Well, we all had clipboards, but she was like the stage manager, and she was amazing. Like the way she got everything organised and everything was on at the right time. But also, her energy was awesome. Like she was just singing and dancing along to everything backstage, keeping everyone pumped up. Never saw her without a smile on her face. She was awesome. And a friend of mine called Chloe was there as well, who's actually in the West End doing Starlight Express at the minute. She's a costume technician in the West End, and as always, it's great to perform with my mate Chris. So yeah, great atmosphere, but really good charity. And there's other charities out there. We're not the BBC, but there's other charities out there, and we all support different charities. But just because it's fresh in my mind, it's a great one to go for. So if you've never heard of them, there you go. I'm giving a bit of spotlight on them. And if you have heard of them and you want to donate anything, that's where to go. So there we go. That's what I've been up to anyway. But shall we get on to answers, and even more answers? Of course we shall. Now I'm going to get through these as quick as I can, guys, unless I've got a joke or an anecdote that I probably will go through. You can slow me down with the playback speed on YouTube. It's down here somewhere. I don't know whether it's somewhere. Is it here? Yeah, somewhere. Anyway, it depends what you're watching on, I suppose. But you can pause me if you want to. I'll just go through them. So, eyes down, looking. Here's your answers. Question number 1 for your knowledge and trivia. What are the 3 most common sports in a triathlon? Swimming, running, and of course, cycling. In which country is the Ipanema Beach? That is Brazil. Kevin Keegan is associated with a sport called football. Might have heard of that one. Football, it's a good one. It's popular, apparently. Kevin Keegan was actually the first football player that I ever met. And I met him 5 minutes from my house. I live in a place in Doncaster called Bowlby. He was at this place called Pedlars, which is now a housing estate, but it wasn't. It was a big field when I was a kid. And yeah, I don't know, he had some sort of football trophy with him, I don't know. But yeah, my mum loved him, the curly hair and everything. In which English city is Henderson's Relish made? That is Sheffield. In fact, we went there the other day and played a Henderson's Relish themed escape room in Sheffield, and it was very fun. I enjoyed it. There was a bit at the beginning where the host, I wanted to say her name was Corey, but she was very funny. She made me laugh. In which US city, for number 5, would you find the Golden Gate Bridge? That was San Francisco. Which prehistoric reptilian monster has been dubbed the King of Monsters? Of course, it is Mr. Godzilla. In which country would Starbucks open outside of North America? That was Japan. Now, they've done everything, haven't they? They get it. Starbucks, KFC, they do it all. Who was the artist that was famous for painting melting clocks? Mr. Salvador Dali, is it who was. What do bees collect from flowers to make honey? There's 2 things, half a point for each, remember, but you can have a maximum of 2 guesses. Honey and nectar. Well done. What street did the Great Fire of London start on? That was Pudding Lane. Now, on to our entertainment round. Mozart's first name was Wolfgang. The musical that features the song Getting to Know You is The King and One. I know it's The King and I, but because it's written the way it is, my younger brother, when he had the video as a kid, he thought it said The King and One. So in our family, we call it The King and One, but it's The King and I. The line, to be or not to be, that was from Shakespeare's play Hamlet. If you get a chance to go to the Globe Theatre and do their tour, do it. It was cheap enough when I was there because I don't really like Shakespeare, so it was obviously cheap enough for me to do it. You learn lots about the history of the theatre and how it works. There's like a little museum at the end, and there's like phone booths, and you can listen to different people doing the same speech. There's like Branner and McKellen and big people like that on there doing all these different speeches. And it amazed me how different people are when they do it. It really did. Like the rhythms, the patterns, I thought, well, it's Shakespeare, it's all like a certain rhythm. No, and it was cool. It was cool. Cool might not be the right word, but I enjoyed it. What was the first name of Tom Hanks' character in Castaway? His name was Chuck, and his last name was Noland, which is ironic because he got more land. The British band that had songs like Country House, Park Life and Song 2 was Blur. The Captain Kirk mask that was used on a horror character was Michael Myers, not Mike Myers. That's the guy from Austin Powers. Michael Myers is what we're after. Don't get it wrong. In the Rocky franchise, who says, if he dies, he dies? That was not Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is what I sounded like there. It was Ivan Drago, who released the 1985 single When the Going Gets Tough. Mr. Billy Ocean was the man. Who plays Stephen Toast in The Toast of London? Of course, that was Mr. Matt Berry. And in the clip, well done if you got this next one. In the clay stop animation, Morph, who was his best friend, and that was Chaz. Chaz and Morph. Well done if you got that. Now, famous Simpsons. Okay, pictures of famous actors and singers and whatever from the Simpsons. This is them playing them as well. It was their voice. So, number 1, I'm sure we got this one, Gordon Ramsay. Number 2, Elton John. Number 3, Dolly Parton. Number 4, maybe that was Paul McCartney. Number 5 was The Who. Number 6 was Mr. Leonard Nimoy from Star Trekking. 7 was Sting, not the wrestler, but the singer. Number 8 was Sir Ian McKellen. Number 9 was, of course, Stephen Hawking. And number 10, indeed, was Simon Cowell. Monkeys and apes now. So, in the Jungle Book, what type of monkey is King Louis? He was an orangutan. What is the name of the 1980 Disney film about a 15-foot mountain gorilla called Joe? Mighty Joe Young. I don't know if, from memory, I don't remember seeing it in the cinema or anything like that. It was a straight-to-video thing, and I think unless you saw it, unless you had it, you probably didn't know it even existed. You probably just think it was King Kong. No, Mighty Joe Young. Great film. Who voiced the ape named Ape in George of the Jungle? That was Mr. John Cleese. What is the name of the video game where the player jumps on blah, blah, blah? Donkey Kong. You know it. We know that one. Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape, was a quote from Planet of the Apes. What was the name of Michael Jackson's pet monkey? Chimpanzee, should say, was Bubbles. Abu was the loyal sidekick of the Disney character Aladdin. Every Which Way But Loose was a film with an orangutan and Mr. Clint Eastwood. A chimpanzee named Ham. He went in space in 1961. Remember, 2 years either side. So if you got 1961, 2 points for you. If you got 1960 or 1959, 1 point. Or if you got 1962 or 1963, 1 point. What was the name of the band created by Damon Albarn and Jamie Hewitt? That was, of course, The Gorillaz. Ooh. And finally, the hard round. I know, guys, but let's learn together. Let's have fun. That's what it's about. Famous paintings. Mona Lisa, men have named you. Starry Night by Mr. Vincent van Gogh. This one, A Girl with a Pearl Earring. The Birth of Venus was the name of this next one. Number 5 was either Balloon Girl or a Girl with a Balloon, obviously by Banksy. I remember my first Banksy thing I ever saw was in Bristol, and it was the naked guy hanging out the window. He was clearly having an affair, and the wife sort of in the background of the window, and the husband looking out for him. And it's called A Well-Hung Man or something like that. Number 6, Whistler's Mother. But most of you will not recognise this painting without this bit. So for those who don't know, this is from the Mr. Bean film, and this, as a kid, cracked me up. But let's go back to the original. Number 7, La Laughing Cavalier, which is weird because I don't think he's laughing. I think he's smirking at the most. Number 8, of course, it's The Last Supper. Imagine going into a restaurant and saying, yeah, there's 13 of us, but we just want a table for 26. Why is that? Because we all want to sit round one side of the table. Is that all right? Cheers. The number 9, Scream. And number 10 is called The Kiss. So well done if you got any, if not most of them. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for playing, guys. As always, leave a comment with your score. I apologise last week for being difficult. I don't know, maybe this week's just as difficult. Let's find out together. Leave your score, let us know what you want to see in the future. And thanks, as always, for playing. Much love to you all. See you again next time. Ta-ta.